Hello, my name is Paul McNeil and I'm the Assistant Professor of English here at Iḻisaġvik College. And this video is going to go over a common word choice error that pops up in a lot of students' essays. It's the difference between it's and its. Please pay attention and make sure not to make this mistake when writing your essays.
Students, in this video I'm going to cover one of the more common type of word choice or word confusion errors that appear in your writing, and it's the difference between the word it's and the word its. But they are two different words and they have two different meanings and they have two different functions. So it' is not the possessive form of the word it. And I know that confuses a lot of people because in every other type of word, if you add ''s, you've most likely made it possessive. But it, for some reason, is the exact opposite. And so that's another way to remember this rule, is that the word it just takes the opposite rule that other possessive forms of words take. So if you use ''s, it needs to be if you mean the phrase it has or it is. And in fact, in your K through 12 education, sometimes, at least this is what my teachers did, but maybe your teachers did the same thing. I had teachers who said, don't use contractions, don't use the word it's, spell everything out. And one of the reasons they did this is not necessarily because contractions are evil or anything like that. Contractions are commonly used words in the English language. It was to avoid problems like this. It was so you didn't get these confused. It's actually easier to tell you to spell everything out so you avoid this type of mistake. But you know, we're adults here. We can use contractions. We just want to make sure to use them correctly. So ''s means it has or it is. And you can see in these sentences, it has been a long time. It is a lovely day. That's what it means. ''s with no apostrophe is the possessive form of the word it. So the building was missing its doors and windows. The tree had lost all of its leaves. It refers to tree, it refers to building, and then it owns doors and windows, and the tree owns its leaves. And so just remember that. Another thing to consider is that spell check will often catch this mistake for you. And so let's see if I change these to the wrong forms. Let's see if spell check catches this for me. So I'm going to change ''s to its. That's wrong. That is not the way it should be spelled. And voila, it caught it for me. Let's see if it catches it if I do it in this second sentence. Let's see if it catches the mistake. Oh boy, it did. It caught it for me. So I fixed it. Let's see if I add an apostrophe here, if it knows it's a mistake and catches it for me. It does. Wow. So if you look here, spell check and technology is actually trying to prevent me from making mistakes. And spell check doesn't catch every type of mistake. And sometimes spell check will highlight a word and it's not wrong, and so you still have to use your brain. But if you include errors in your writing that spell check will catch for you, there is just no excuse for that. So for instance, if I typed this out and spell check is highlighting these things in blue for me to tell me that they're wrong, and I just ignore that, if I turn that paper in to a professor or an employer, or I put it out on the web, or I send it in an email, I will look unintelligent. I will look lazy. The person reading this document will say, you mean to tell me you don't know how to use spell check? You're so lazy you can't just right click on this word to fix it. That's what you will look like. You will look like a lazy person who can't even hit the right click on a mouse button to fix your writing. And you don't want people to think you're lazy. You don't want people to think bad things about you because of mistakes that are easy to catch and fix. So remember this rule when using the word it, and particularly the word its and its. And let spell check catch errors for you so that your writing can be relatively mistake and error free.
Thank you for watching this video. We hope you learned something. Please check out the English channel playlist on the college's YouTube channel if you want to learn more.